Galactron fans, this is the conclusion of our pre-show party events brought to us by your local O'Reilly Auto Parts and the City Group. What's up, Yolo County? How we doing tonight? Come on, I know you can get loud on that. Who's ready to have some fun on Friday night? Now that's what I'm talking about. This is the place to be because this is Malicious Monster Truck Tour. So, I want to know one last time here on Friday night, Yolo County, are you ready? Driving 2008 Chevy Silverado, sponsored by Miller Welders and your engine components. From Colfax, California, he likes to work hard, play harder. Myles Parker, the Weekend Warrior. Coming up next, it is the world's largest rat rod, a 1934 Ford sedan, sponsored by Permatex, Cold Jams, and Performance Plus. From Santa Cruz, California, let's raise the roof for Willy Crash and California Kid. Coming up next, it is the world's coolest flame-breathing dragon. He's sponsored by Jazz Racing Products, Stack Crank Jazz, and DCI Auto. He comes from Adelaide, Australia. He is Nick Jones and Spitfire. You'll swear you've seen this truck before. DJ Safety, Woodland Brakes, and Power Plus Lubricants bring us a legendary 1952 Chevy Camel truck from Kitsap County Correctional Facility. It is a black-and-braided destruction machine of Dwight Nephew's identity theft. Last but certainly not least, it is your Malicious Monster Truck Tour reigning champion. Driving 2019 Can-Am Maverick, sponsored by Payne and Miller Welders. From Port Orchard, Washington, let's give it up for Bill Payne and Rockstar! The question is, are you ready?
somehow revived. Researchers theorized that this rebirth was triggered by early testing of atomic bombs and radioactive fallout, where no batteries with no time to spare, the island leaders quickly commissioned their scientific engineers to come up with a solution to deadly man-eaters. This was to be no easy task, considering limited resources available on the island. At one time, a second Navy transport ship was discovered ashore in shallow waters. In the hull, numerous old military vehicles were found. This discovery would prove to be just what was needed. Plans were drawn, and their construction began. Realizing that they needed something that possessed superior strength and mouths, their massive jaws attaining 15,000 pounds of biting force. To ensure total destruction, each power monster was equipped with 200,000 BTUs of burning power. Once tested, they were then sent out to search for and destroy the ugly mutations before any. Having been built on 10 chassis, they were not only power monsters, but also all-terrain vehicles, giving them the ability to go anywhere. They had no creatures were all destroyed, and the power monster's work was done. Many years later, a passing freighter anchored nearby the island, and its ruin.
pants off, bro.
This is your final word, Reptar. You must leave here now and return to your dark planet. Leave now or face the consequences. You leave me no choice, Reptar. I will never surrender to you, Galactron. If you do not surrender, Reptar, prepare to be destroyed.
Benefits of going on all these monster trucking endeavors is exploring all these small and unique towns you wouldn't normally notice. Woodland is one of those towns. Known as a city of trees, Woodland has a lot to offer for those who are kind of exploring, looking for something different out of the California experience. From boxcars to old tractors to gas station museums to old restaurants, if you love old California, Woodland has something to offer for you. You can visit the State Theater to see some of the newest films, all kinds of older California. Like we said, Woodland specializes in it. So if you're passing through on your journey through the Old West, be sure to stop at scenic Woodland, California.
This is a 1938 diesel electric locomotive. The steam locomotive is 1918, and both of the engines originally came from the Oakland rail yards. And when they were converting the diesels, Southern Pacific somehow asked the city of Woodland if they wanted it. It started off originally it was called Friends of the 1233, and then it evolved into the Sacramento Valley Historic Railway. And this depot was for all points north. It was like the central point. This was built in 1911, and this was the passenger station. When they were getting ready to tear it down, a man by the name of John McMahon, he was an assistant DA in Woodland, he started the group to save the depot. And they moved it across two railroad tracks. The poles were dangling, didn't break a window. And then this is the ticket office, and this is like 99% restored. It's also a beautiful building, you know. We found some of the original lights in Tennessee and put those up. We have the old crossing guards. It's just really a remarkable building. It's all redwood. Wow. Up in the rafters, probably in the walls too, and it's a true 2x4. Yeah, we're usually open the first Saturday of every month, depending on the project.
your freestyle winner should be identity theft? And who thinks your freestyle winner should be Rockstar? The fans have chosen your monster truck freestyle winner from Tractor Supply, Payne and Rockstar. We want to thank you all for joining us on behalf of all of us with Malicious, Monsters of Pure. Yolo County fans, you guys rock!
All right, we're here with Dave Wieczorek, former driver of Nightlife, as well as the brainchild of Galactron versus Reptar. When did you start doing Galactron and Reptar? How did this come to mind that you wanted to get into show robotics, so to speak?
I've always enjoyed building things, and so that was a creation that was fun to build and something that was very entertaining. So,
What was your inspiration from creating it?
just driving down the road thinking about different things, to build, being creative. I didn't really have an inspiration, but it was trying to come up with something new and entertaining that people would enjoy.
So, Galactron saved the Earth a lot of times. Do you know exactly how many times he's conquered Reptar in front of a live audience?
Galactron's performed at over, probably 2,000 performances that I know for sure.
That's a lot of time saving the world, yeah. And how often are you traveling, helping Galactron save the world? As far as yearly, how many states or how many months out of the year are you really going to?
Well, it depends. Like this year, for instance, we've been in 40 of the states already this year. So traveling is a lot, and that's unfortunately the hard part about doing this is the traveling. Performing is great, and that's what we all really like.
Yeah, and that's what makes it worth it, I suppose, is that, it's obviously something that, especially with the retro aspect, because back, 30 years ago, obviously it was not retro, but now it's something that is almost kind of a novelty of like, wow, there's this kind of almost 80s-esque aesthetic to it that is kind of, it's kind of back in style now. I think that resonates with a lot of people as well.
Yep. And we found that the crowds wherever we go, and a lot of people have never seen them. So we get a really good response from them, which is really cool.
And it's something like this, like monster trucks, kind of built on the uniqueness and the absurdity, as well as the side acts of it. It's the variety show in a lot of ways that kind of helps make it so unique. It's not just big trucks with big wheels. It's something that has so much more to offer most of the time.
It's when you get a perfect combination of everything. From the kids like the robots and the monster trucks and big stuff and fire and when you get that combination all put together, it works.
And we're talking about nostalgia, talking about older things. Back in April, you drove at the TNT Motorsports Unfinished Business event, Nightlife 2, a more modernized version, and you did very, very well. Made it to the finals, performed your first freestyle.
You're right.
How does it feel coming back behind the wheel? I mean, it must have been a major moment for you.
It was awesome. It's from driving back in the 80s, and then it's something that I put kind of in a bucket list. It's like, I wouldn't mind coming back and just getting in one of those trucks and going out and blasting around. And thanks to Michael, with him putting together the show, the Unfinished Business, it happened, and I was just overwhelmed. It was a great time, and I guess I would have to thank all the people out there that have supported the industry through the years that helped make that possible for me to do that.
It must have been great seeing all the old friends again, all the old drivers. It's kind of like a high school reunion, but it's all your friends. It's all these people that you kind of grew up with, and that It
was. It was like a big reunion of friends and families, and even the spectators that were there came down and greeted you just like, you were a friend.
Yeah.
And it was just an overwhelming experience. It was great.
I'm sure the truck landed a lot more softly than it did 30 years ago.
Yep, a lot better. Yeah.
How do you feel driving the more modernized truck? Was it something that was hard to get accustomed to, or did you just kind of feel like you were at home when you're behind the wheel?
Well, it took a little bit to get accustomed to it because you're restrained a lot more in the newer trucks than what we were. So you're limited to what direction you can turn your head for sight. So it gave me a greater appreciation for the guys now that are racing. The way you're strapped in, to be safe, but it limits their visibility. And so the way they drive with that limited visibility, I my hat's off to them.
And when you were doing your freestyle, I mean, were you kind of thinking about, all right, well, what am I going to do? Should you like study somebody, or were you just like, all right, I'm going to go out there and see what happens?
Well, I was just hanging on, having fun.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, into the final round,
Yep.
but your truck broke. I suppose the business is still unfinished to some degree.
Yeah, it could be. Yep.
A lot of people want to hear you say yeah. So.
Well, yeah, it is unfinished.
Oh yeah, but you know, it's still something.
It was fun.
Even if you don't go back to the well, it still went really
Exactly.
well.
Yeah,
and it was something that was very good.
It was perfect. Yep. You couldn't ask for a better weekend for that.
Oh yeah, definitely. So who also they made all the custom bodies for the trucks. Who got to keep the Nightlife 2 body? Who owns that one now?
Well, that's undecided yet what we're going to do.
Okay.
There's a couple options out there, so we'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah.
I do have a son-in-law that has a truck.
Oh well, there's the lineage. It's
Yeah, you never know.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll leave that unfinished as well.
Right.
Yeah. Well, hey, thank you for coming out here. It was a pleasure seeing you. You know, this heritage act is something that has been seen all over as we're getting sprayed with water.
Right.
But
Yeah. Well, thanks to everybody out there for supporting the industry and enjoying it.
supporting a living legend here.